In 2024, I bought over $175,000 worth of silver. In this video, you'll see the coolest of the cool. Hello, silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. And if you enjoy silver stacking and silver collecting videos, be sure to like this video and subscribe to help with the algorithm. I'm on a march to 25,000 subscribers, and I sure hope to get there, and I can get there with your help. So thank you for your support. Let me show you some of the coolest of the cool in the form of rounds. These right here, let me show you. I am going to, I acquired this Dansko album, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I love my Dansko albums. I acquired this Dansko album. It was used. These are hard to come by these days, especially one with silver rounds, the Libertad, the silver rounds. There's quite a few of them that are really hard to get because they just kind of stopped making them. And this has 5 pages. 5 pages, 9 rounds can fit into each page, and 9 times 5, 45 rounds. So my task today, with your help, I'm going to try to figure out of all these rounds, which ones I put into this album. And when I said I bought $175,000 worth of silver in 2024, that is the truth. And I sell most of it. I sell most of it on a platform called Whatnot, and I only buy cool stuff. I buy stuff that I like, that I think my folks on Whatnot will like, and stuff like this. This will all be in my next auction from this shelf on up. But if you'd like to join me there, there's a link down in the comments and in the video description. And I skim off the top. I find the stuff that just appeals to me the most, and I keep that for my PC. So again, I'm going to try to sort through these rounds and fill this book today. And so let me show you the kind of things that I think are really, really cool. Let me put this off to the side here. There's my Libertads from 2023. They get that over there. Okay, so this kind of little pile right here is sports rounds. This little pile is Mexican rounds. This little pile here is kind of like oddball, weird stuff. And I do like the interesting things. And like I said, a lot of them I sell on Whatnot. Others I keep. And let me just start going through here. I don't know why this one struck me. But this earthquake, San Francisco. I remember I was watching the baseball playoffs when this happened back in 1989. And quake interrupts World Series. Yeah, it was the World Series. So back in 1989, gosh, I was a junior in high school. And so that one struck me. I might be worthy of going in the album. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you think, which is worthy. I can only put 45 in there. Probably the rest of them I'll sell on Whatnot. So here's another one. What was this? City of Upland. 1906 Jubilee was 1981. So this one says Madonna of the Trail. She's got a baby in her arms, a baby on her leg, and she's in a field of vegetables or grapes there, whatever she happens to be picking. So that's a contender. So let me put that there. Here's another little container here, a tube of possibilities. I love horses. I don't know. I went horseback riding recently, and I just really love. This one says good luck. Kind of plain on the back. 1 ounce Troy silver, but it looks like Secretariat there. The old American Prospector. I've bought and sold quite a few of these. Not quite sure that one's a contender. Oh, I am a member of the Moose Lodge here in town, a Loyal Order of the Moose, and this is Indiana Residence Hall. Not quite sure the story. Moose Heart. Okay, so maybe that's a contender. Ace Hardware, 1991. Oh, Space Shuttle. Yeah, definitely. I am a child of the 80s, and this was a big deal in the 80s, the Space Shuttle. I picked this one up recently, The Right to Be Left Alone, and Ninth Amendment. And you got your little porcupine there with a smile. He's happy to be left alone. A patriotic network, support the U.S. Constitution. Man, I like this one. You know what? I don't even have to ponder this one. This one's definitely going in there. And here's another one. Oh, the Great Northwest. 999 fine silver. Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens. And Mount St. Helens, if you look closely, you could see with my T, the Silver Stacker pointer outer, that there's some puffs of smoke coming out of Mount St. Helens. I remember when that erupted. May 8th, 1980. Was that the date? It doesn't say it on this, but for some reason that's ingrained in my brain. So that's some of the oddballs. We'll get to the sports later. Oh, don't forget, I made my own silver round. T, the Silver Stacker, 1 ounce silver round. 2020 was the year I started my channel. You can kind of barely see it there in the mountains. And also, these are my pillars right here. Education, acquisition, and entertainment. And around the perimeter, the light might be a little too bright for it. Stacking, pouring, and collecting is what I do. AG 47, that's the atomic number of silver. All right, now let's, before we get to the sports ones, let's get to the Mexican pile. All right, so full disclosure here, I happen to be Catholic, if that offends anybody. Well, tough luck. And John Paul II was our hero, and still is our hero. And this is a commemorative of JP2, John Paul II, visiting Mexico in 1979. I remember paying up for this one. I loved it so much. I paid up big time for this one. That's definitely going in there. So that, I guess that can be considered Mexican if it's here's another one. This is just an ounce. It's not from the Casa de Moneda de Mexico, the Mexican Mint. This is one I bought in Mexico in a coin shop in Cancun. If you'd like to see that video, there's either a card here up there, or I could put it at the end. So watch the rest of this video, watch it at the end. But that was quite an adventure, going to Mexico, buying Mexican coins and rounds in a Mexican coin shop. Ooh, here it is, Pancho Villa. Look at this guy, toned up too. Pancho Villa on his horse with his gun in hand. And let's see, and you got the Mexican eagle stylized here on the cactus. This was basically, the Aztecs were a wandering tribe, and they were told, or they had visions, or they believed that they would learn where to settle by seeing a sign. And that sign was an eagle landing on a cactus, holding a snake. They held that as a sign. It happened to be where present-day Mexico City is now, and the Aztecs built an empire in what was at the time pretty much a swamp. Pancho Villa again, this time with a rifle in his right hand, coming right at you on his trusty horse. What's on this side? And one of the crests of the Mexican nation from back in the day. Viva Mexico, 1984, an ounce of choice silver. Oh, okay. This is a little cultural piece here. The Olmec. Anybody see those on National Geographic or anything like that? Those heads that they found, and they pondered, how in the world did they get those large pieces of stone there, carve them like that? The new millennium, 2000, and this one has Plata Pura. I bought this one on a Whatnot auction, and it's got some nice tone to it as well. And that is certainly a contender. And then this one here, another new millennium. And so maybe, I don't know, doubles may go in my Whatnot auction. We'll see. I know I've got some other Pancho Villas and Emiliano Zapata somewhere. All right, here's a couple more I just dug up. But this happens to be a 2 ounce. This one has Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata on the side. And where did I might have bought this one in Mexico as well. Here's another kind of random one, Horseshoe Casino and Hammond, Indiana. That's not far from me. This is kind of a throwback to the casino when it first opened. It was a big deal here in Northwest Indiana. All right, Pete Rose, rest in peace. Pete Rose, 1985. Should have been in the Hall of Fame. Over 4,000 hits. And yeah, this one's definitely, Pete Rose was a childhood hero. He was a bad dude, man, back in the day. Charlie Hustle, love that guy. It's 8/8/88, the first night game at Wrigley. The funny thing about this is this date got rained out. I don't think they played the first night game in Wrigley until the next day. And so now we're kind of getting into the sports realm. Let's put that there. So you tell me, what do you think are worthy? Ooh, sweetness. Walter Payton, inducted into the Hall of Fame. There he is, good old number 34. Sweetness himself. 5561. This one is numbered. That's a cool one. And that's certainly a contender. What is this? Sometimes I kind of forget. Oh, there we go. Who is this? Oh, MVP 1987. So Andre Dawson. And I'll tell you what, I played baseball all my life. I even played in college and had a great time. And one of the things that really inspired me is watching Andre Dawson play catch. He was playing catch with Davey Martinez, I think, when Davey was on the Cubs. And those two were standing flat-footed, just sending lasers back and forth from center field to right field. They acted so casual, but that their arms were just incredible. And it really inspired me as a baseball player. Yeah, those guys were amazing. Just playing catch like that. What is, MJ. Oh, no, this is Rodman. The Worm. Dennis Rodman. Gosh, I forgot I had this one. Dennis Rodman, one of the biggest hustlers in the game of basketball back in the golden era. Man, Rodman was one of the best at what he did, which was rebounding, out hustling everybody. There's a trend there. Pete Rose and Dennis Rodman, a couple of my heroes for the way they hustled. 4-time NBA champs. Okay, this is if you didn't know, the Bulls won 6 in the 90s, and this was to commemorate their 4th. And speaking of Bulls, let's see, Chicago Bulls right here. Michael Jordan, 87-88 NBA MVP. Okay, this is a way old one. This one is like before Jordan became Jordan. Wow. Yeah, definitely keep this one. NBA MVP in 87-88. They didn't start winning. Their first championship was in 91. Yep. Speaking of, there it is. Man, I'd like to have a 1987-88 baseball card or basketball card of Jordan. Here's another Walter Payton, sweetness, number 34. 16,726 hard-earned yards. He didn't have much of a line in front of him. And, man, he earned everything he got. Mike Singletary, Iron Mike. There you go. NFL Man of the Year. And I'll tell you what, not only known for being a smart and hard-hitting football player, but also I think they probably gave him Man of the Year because of his faith and the way he carried himself. Was not one of those guys who would cuss, or he was a very good role model for kids. Ryan, speaking of role models, this was another one of my childhood heroes, Ryan Sandberg. You know what? He's battling some health issues right now. I believe he has a very difficult form of cancer. And so prayers for Sandberg. And this guy was an amazing fielder. Can you tell I like Walter Payton? Here's another sweetness. There you go. Again, sometimes these doubles, Dan Hampton, part of the 85 Bears, a key part of the 85 Bears. I got to meet him and the late, great Mongo Steve McMichael, and that was quite an honor. Man, I was like a midget compared to those guys. Mike Ditka, all right, there he is, Iron Mike. And and a lot of people know him from coaching. He was a damn good football player as well. Here's a cool one. Lee Trevino. I do a little golfing. Not that great, but, it's fun to be out there. Lee Trevino. The cool story about him is he came from absolutely nothing. He was a caddy, and eventually he got on the course to play, and, man, he was good for a good period of time. Andre Dawson, another Andre Dawson, Sammy Sosa. This guy is responsible, steroids or not. We all knew they were juicing back in the day. We loved the entertainment, and then everybody had a big heart attack about, oh my God, are they juicing? Well, man, MLB knew they were juicing. They just made a big deal when they got caught. And 66 home runs in 1998. That's the season they got me back into baseball after being irritated after the strike. I kind of lost interest like millions of other people. And he and Mark McGuire put on a show that year in 1998 and got a bunch of us back into baseball. Here's another Cubs. Again, some of these duplicates might be going in my upcoming auction. This one won't, though. Chichi Rodriguez, Hall of Fame, 1992. I remember Chichi Rodriguez climbed to the pinnacle, became one of the best golfers on the planet. And he, again, humble beginnings. He started by hitting cans with sticks. I kid you not. That's it, the legend of Chichi, and eventually made it onto the course, and the rest was history. So these are, this one's too big to fit in there. This is a 2-ouncer. These are some of the rounds that'll be going into this album right here. And I don't know, let me know in the comments which of these are home runs. Absolutely have to go in here. Some, probably most of these will go in here. Some will go in my Whatnot auction. Again, a link if you'd like to join me sometime. You'll get a $15 credit for joining. So if you say, for example, you get an Andre Dawson round, or just any of these things that you pay $40 for. Really, Whatnot will give you $15, so you're only paying $25. So silver under spot, that is for sure. And that's their welcome into the Whatnot platform. And also, we'll have a lot of fun together as well. Every week when we do our Whatnot auction, we have a blast. And it's interactive, it's live, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, enough about that. Let me know in the comments what you think about these rounds. And there's a lot of other things that I've cherry-picked that I'll be making videos about in the near future. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me this long. And I certainly appreciate your viewership. Stick around. I've got a couple other videos queued up to show you.